You may have heard of the gut microbiome, and you might not know exactly what that means. When people talk about improving your gut health and how important it is, I know that is a very big topic of conversation these days, rightfully so, because it is at the core of most of our issues. So again, prioritizing gut health needs to be at the top of your list, of course, along with blood sugar regulation. But in terms of gut microbiome, your gut has trillions of microorganisms. So there are multiple things just constantly changing. Every day it's changing depending on what you're doing with both consuming food and the way that you're living, your activity level, your stress load. All these things do impact your gut microbiome. So your gut microbiome is going to really determine your ability to digest foods, to absorb nutrients from foods. And I feel that is a very neglected area of, what we usually talk about in terms of gut microbiome, because we're always so focused on the external, the bloat, the constipation, the diarrhea, instead of which nutrients our body is absorbing properly and which we are not. And this can lead to a world of issues if we are not getting a sufficient amount of nutrients from the food, let alone not absorbing it properly, even if we are. So that is at the top. And of course, we need to make sure that we're getting a good diversity of food, and I'll go into that at the end of this video, how we can really benefit and help our gut microbiome. But we also need to remember that our gut is really the hub for our immune system. 70% of our immune system is housed in our gut microbiome. So if you feel you're getting sick all the time, if your children get sick all the time, instead of just jumping the gun and shoving medication down their throat, again, there's a time and a place, but I think we need to really evaluate a day-to-day game plan to prevent this from happening on a frequent basis. And if there's constantly sniffles and the flu and, all these issues on a regular basis, consider really getting down to the nitty-gritty and focusing on fine-tuning your entire family's gut. And that really, the biggest thing is not eating your food out, not getting processed foods, eating whole foods, cooking your meals. And so hopefully in this program, you're going to be getting a lot of very quick, easy to make recipes, even if you're on the go. And I really suggest you not only doing this yourself, but sharing with your children and your significant others as well, because the entire family should benefit from this content. Another thing is our cognitive function and our mental health. I struggled with depression growing up for 15 years, was on medication, and I look at my nutrition back when I was the most depressed, and it was absolutely terrible nutrition. And I was eating a lot of processed things, high carb, high sugar, lower fat, lower protein. Had I known what I do not know now, I don't think I would have had to be put on medication. And again, I'm not here to tell any of you to get off of medication, to do this, to do that, but I am telling you that there is a direct link between our bodies and the neurotransmitters that are in our body with our gut microbiome to whether or not we are healthy and happy or we are not. 90% of the serotonin in our body is produced in the gut. So something to really, really, really pay attention to, especially if your children are feeling a little down, more so than they should be. I think the gut needs to be really a big focus there. So, a lot of different elements that are affected. Your skin, if your child or you yourself deal with acne and a lot of skin issues, psoriasis, the gut microbiome. It's usually the solution for most everything. So definitely take that seriously. And the very simple ways of really improving your gut microbiome, number one, getting rid of the junk, getting rid of the processed foods, getting rid of eating out, getting takeout, even the already prepped meals from the grocery store, even at Whole Foods, it's still going to potentially contain artificial ingredients or inflammatory oils. And, it's a battlefield out there. So you want to make sure you are reading nutrition labels. And once you do that, you don't have to do it forever. You're going to know the brands that are your go-tos that are clean. And I'm going to share what I can within this program, but really do try to cook everything yourself. Don't get already pre-made, pre-sauced, pre-seasoned items. You can do that yourself. It doesn't take very long, and you can cut out a lot of the terrible, highly inflammatory ingredients. So again, yes, macros are important, but the ingredients will really set you apart in terms of maybe looking good, but feeling like a pile of poo, and you're depressed, and you've got all these skin issues, and you're not going to the bathroom, or maybe you are going to the bathroom, but you're always sick, but maybe, you look good, but you feel like crap. And the same thing goes with your kids. It will make a huge difference, okay? So making sure that you're cooking the majority of your meals, making sure that you are getting diversity, a lot of colors, just vibrant colors throughout your nutrition. I think they say about 30 colors per week is ideal for a healthy gut microbiome. Now, is that possible for everyone? I don't know. I don't know if I get it, but anything is better than nothing. And really getting very aware of the foods that are containing prebiotic and probiotics, okay? So you don't necessarily need to be taking a prebiotic or probiotic if you are consuming the foods that do have those amazing properties to it. So fermented foods are very much your friend. And, just making sure that you are active, you're reducing stress, you're doing everything in your power to sleep, quality sleep. All of these things will work in conjunction to a healthy, happy gut microbiome. And just make sure that, you are doing a little bit here, a little bit there, and really doing your best to always switch it up. Because if you're going to get consistent on the same exact meals, that might be helpful for executing your plan. But in the long run, if you're doing that on repeat for months and months and months, eventually those foods will start creating some inflammation in your body. It's just inevitable. So that's why you need to switch up just a few of the ingredients here and there throughout the week. Have a good day.